So we are back here with another video, man, and we need to talk about Season 2 in NBA 2K26 Myteam. Now, we kind of already knew what we were going to be getting as far as reward cards, as far as just kind of in general. But I will say the mode rewards specifically are disappointing. There are certain things that they got rid of that I don't understand why they got rid of them. And we will talk about all of that, don't worry. We got some takes from some people that I still think are awful, so we'll go over that as well. And we will also go over a lot of the things that are just objectively an L, like things that I just don't understand kind of what they are thinking, if you know what I'm saying. So a lot of people kind of have come at me and said that I'm wrong. I said that this season will be great. Well, this season really isn't great, so I can admit that I'm wrong on that front. What I said, though, about these cards is that Mitch Richmond and Wes Unseld are going to be kind of the two best, as well as Bob Love, which, after looking at stats, after looking at animations and everything, I do believe that to be true. I still think Wes Unseld, Mitch Richmond, and Bob Love are pretty good cards. Are they as good as cards that we have already seen, though? No. And that is a problem. That it shouldn't be like, I know that pacing needs to be like, they can't just outdo themselves every week with packs. They can't just, but still, our season 2 rewards should not be, there should be at least one or two cards that are better than, cards at a certain position that we have seen thus far. So I understand that complaint. And there are a lot of these cards that are horrendous, and I don't know why they did them so dirty. So let's talk about it. Let's just talk about the diamonds and pink diamonds specifically. Rod Strickland, I thought he was going to be all right. He's horrible. He's absolutely horrendous. Bob Love is still really, really good, though. Bob Love is going to be, like I told you guys before, very, very similar to Jonathan Isaac. Joe Johnson looks amazing, so that's a W. J.R. Smith looks really good as well, but you're going to have to spend $10, which is kind of an L. I don't even know if the Pro Pass is worth it this season, man. I really, really don't, to be honest with you, because really all you're getting is J.R. Smith and then like a little bit of extra VC or whatever. I mean, it's probably still the most worth it thing to purchase in the game, but this might be the least worth it Pro Pass that we've ever really had. So Chris Bosh looks amazing, which is a W. Elton Brand. Why did they give Elton Brand a 45 3-ball? Because I think everyone was excited that he was going to be a power forward, small forward, but this card, because of this 3-ball, like even if you had a 60 or 70 3-ball, you could argue, okay, this card's still going to be usable, going to be a really good defensive small forward. Everything else, a 45 3-ball absolutely ruins this card. And only a 77 speed, 67 speed with ball. 77 speed is still all right. I mean, it still will be like usable, but with this card having a 45 3-ball, this card is horrible. That one stat just ruins this card. And I don't understand why they gave him a 45 3-ball. It doesn't make any sense. This is probably the most disappointing card, though, out of all of them. Why does Sidney Moncrief have a 56 3-ball? I mean, we've gotten Pink Diamond, Diamond, and Opal Sidney Moncriefs in the past. I don't think they've ever given this card this low of a 3-ball. So I don't know, just give him like a 73 ball or even like a 75, 80, something. But 56 is just too low to the point where it is going to be really hard to green with this card, man. So I don't get it. And only a 75 driving dunk. This card is horrible. Sidney Moncrief might actually be worse than Elton Brand. He might be the worst Pink Diamond reward. And I thought that, he had a chance at being the best. But Moncrief, Elton Brand, horrendous. John Havlicek, he can't move. I still think he's going to be a better version of Clay, though. I really, really do. I think he's going to, just kind of serve a similar role as Clay. So there's really no reason to get him, like if you already have Clay and Bruce Bowen. But I do think he's going to be like a slightly better version of Clay, just like I kind of said in my prior video. Mitch Richmond and Wes Unseld, though, as well as Bob Love, like I already said, are going to be really, really good cards. Wes Unseld has an amazing release. Only has a 67 3-ball. I know that that's a little bit low, but still very greenable. It's better than, a 45 3-ball and a 56 3-ball that we already talked about. 67 3-ball is going to be very greenable. and he has a 73 speed, which you might be thinking is pretty low, but at the power forward position, like that's still going to be okay. Especially if, you put a shoe on him, you get a certain coach. It's going to be okay. You shouldn't have to do that with a card like this, though, so I understand the complaints there. But this card is still going to make some people's teams. This card is still going to be pretty good. Is he, like, worthy of a season mode reward grind, though? I'm not really sure. Like, I'm trying to come from a place of where I get a lot of these complaints. I really, really do. And we're going to go through, like, all of the game modes and everything as well. But this card's going to be good. This Pink Diamond Mitch Richmond. They gave him pro dribble style, which is pretty good. His release is green, like I told you guys it would be, and he's got a 93 ball. He's got an 84 speed. A lot of people are really complaining about this 84 speed. This is fine. Like, I know that he's a guard, but 84 speed is perfectly fine. Like, it's not like as high as maybe you'd like it to be, but it's not like to the point where this card's unusable, where some people are acting like it is. That's really the only flaw that I see in this card. Now, his driving dunk is a 75. That's a little bit low, but you're still going to be able to finish driving to the rim sometimes. Not as well as you'd be able to with obviously like a card like Jason Richardson or something like that. And you could even argue that a card like Jason Richardson, there's reasons to use that type of a card over a card like this. But I do think that Mitch Richmond, better than Clay, better than Bowen, who are cards that most people are running at the 2-guard, man. This card has good animations, pretty decent stats. None of these cards like are cards that you look at and you're like, wow, this is like one of the best cards in the game, which sucks. I don't understand why they did Elton Brand so dirty. I don't understand why they did Sidney Moncrief so dirty. Those cards absolutely suck. Havlicek is pretty much the definition of mid, and then Wes Unseld and Mitch Richmond, yes, very good cards, but there are better cards in the game. So a little bit unfortunate, a little bit disappointing, but Bob Love, people still sleeping on Bob Love. This card's going to be good. Don't worry, Bob Love will be good, man. Let's talk about the Rainmaker set really quick. People are saying that this Marcus Smart card really isn't very good. He is. He's really, really good. Other than that, though, the Amethyst and Diamond's pretty... Well, Jaren Jackson is amazing. Absolutely. But James Donaldson, Alyssa Smith, Trey Murphy is always really, really mid. Quentin Richardson, not going to be very good. Tyler Hero will be all right. I think he'll just be like more of like one of those cards that's not going to be super good in like a super competitive setting, but he will be fun to use. And then Devin Booker, one of the best point guards in the game, for sure. Nafisha Collier, no really point to use a card like this. And then Wilt. Wilt is not a good card to use. And let me explain why. With how bad this card's release is, because I've played against the Hidden Gem version a couple times, and I've played against Shaq a couple times. I'm going to kind of compare those cards, and I think that Shaq is a better card. They both have horrendous releases. But Wilt Chamberlain's release is so bad to the point where if you hack a Shaq him, people can't hit free throws with him because his release is so bad. Like, it's one of the worst releases I've ever seen, to be honest. So this card's really not a card that I would go after. I would go after Shaq instead. I think Shaq's the better card. So yeah, that's what we're looking at as far as, like the new cards that we got today. So let's start talking about game mode rewards and such. And then at the end, we will talk about comments. So if we're looking at the pass, it's just really kind of mid. I mean, I think that the Season 2 pass is objectively worse than the Season 1 pass, which it should not be like that. That should not ever be the case. Billy Cunningham Ascension Award is going to be horrible, whereas I think Sam Cassell in Season 1 was really, really good. Not a fan of all of these Amethyst and Diamond packs everywhere. Like, just give us a 92-plus pack or a 90-plus pack so that we have a chance to pull promo cards and such. Joe Johnson's a W. He's one kind of bright spot in the darkness, if you want to talk about, this season pass, because I think Joe Johnson's going to be an amazing card. But then we scroll down here, like 2 Hall of Fame badges. People are talking about, everyone got Bruce Bowen at level 37 last season. 2 Hall of Fame badges is not as good as Bruce Bowen at all. And then Chris Bosh, which, I mean, those are really the only things that are even notable in the season pass. Like, where are the packs? I know that 2K doesn't like to give us packs, but what is the harm in giving us a couple unauctionable Dunktober, Green Machine, Rainmaker? Like, give us some unauctionable packs. I mean, I don't understand why they can't give us even like 2 in the season pass. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then we go over to challenges. These challenges look exactly the same as last season. And honestly, I don't think these are too bad overall. Obviously, 150 salary cap wins, that's kind of a lot, honestly. That's going to take a long time. But these are kind of exactly the same as last season. We do have a Dunktober pack here, which is good to see, but there is no deluxe pack at 150 wins, which there was last season. So that's an L. But overall, these clutch time and triple threat things they're pretty much the same as we saw last season. Like nothing too special, but also not too bad. At least you are getting some sort of rewards when you're grinding up this thing, which this is what I will be doing. I will probably grind out one season mode reward, and it will probably be this one where I do 250 clutch time, 250 triple threat. So overall, like I'm all right with the rewards. And this season 2 prize ball, this might be the move this season. And I'm going to explain to you guys why later in the video. So we also need to talk about the no pink diamond hidden gem pack, which is a major, major L. And we'll talk about that in a little bit too. So that is kind of what we're looking at with those. Then we go over to Showdown. Let's look at the season prizes for Showdown. This is a W. A Green Machine 10-pack box at 50 wins, because I do believe that the 10-pack box was at 100 wins last season. So this is, I think, is the first thing that we're looking at, and we're like, okay, this is better than last season. Which is kind of sad, honestly, but we do have a Green Machine 10-pack box 50 wins. I think that is a W. So if you grind out 75 Showdown wins, you will be getting the mode completion as well as the Green Machine 10-pack box, which I don't think that's too bad. I really, really don't. Plus, you're getting 20K. I think that that's not too bad. But it's kind of funny because obviously Showdown is the sweatiest mode. It's the mode that, you know, you're really going to have to grind or either spend money to get good cards, so they make the rewards good in Showdown. I think there's something going on there. I think that they kind of did that on purpose, obviously, which, I mean, that's not surprising. So that's what we have going on in Showdown. In Breakout, obviously, the rewards have been updated. I have not gotten to the corners yet. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the corner prizes are exactly the same as they were last season, but I will keep you guys updated on that. I'll keep grinding out these boards. I'll talk about if there's any change to the rewards, but we do see this Season 2 prize ball. And I think that this Season 2 prize ball, like I already explained, is going to be the move, because I've already opened one of these, and I got a Rainmaker base pack. Now, you guys might be thinking, like, that's a complete L, whatever. We've already talked about how the league packs are good because you're getting cards towards your collector level, and you're also getting cards. With it being a Rainmaker base, you do have a very, very small chance of pulling one of the cards from the Rainmaker set. So it is possible as well that there are regular Rainmaker as well as Rainmaker Deluxe, even though they're probably going to be rare in these packs. There's probably going to be some MT in these balls. Like, these Season 2 prize balls might end up being the move. I'm going to continue to open these. I'm going to claim this one. I'm going to play, after I'm done recording this video, get this prize ball. Hopefully we can get another Rainmaker pack or maybe some MT or something. These prize balls may end up being the move. They're way better than the Season 1 prize balls. So with Breakout, it kind of remains to be seen. I would like to see some changes, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if these corner prizes are exactly the same, but it remains to be seen with that. Triple Threat Park and All-Star Team Up, the rewards are a complete L. They're literally just filled with those Amethyst and Diamond packs and then MT. Like, can't you just give us some packs, 2K? Like, come on. I don't understand how giving us packs... I just don't get it. I don't understand why they made the rewards so bad in All-Star Team Up and Triple Threat Park. And the 95 plus hidden gem pack in All-Star Team Up, has anybody seen that? Like, that's a genuine question. I haven't heard anybody say that they've ever gotten that. And we need to talk about streaks in these modes too. If somebody leaves your team in All-Star Team Up in Triple Threat or Triple Threat Park, you should still be eligible for the streak reward. Because the amount of times, and it doesn't happen as much in Park, which is good, but in All-Star Team Up, the amount of times that we've had like 3 or 4 wins, and then somebody who is kind of, you know, doesn't really know what they're doing. It's always somebody with the free agent Luca or the free agent AI. They always ruin everything. And that's kind of what happens in All-Star Team Up. You get to like 3 or 4 wins, and then of course it's the guy that's running like free agent Luca or free agent AI or free agent Wilt or whoever that goes ahead and just leaves. So then you're not even eligible for the streak reward anymore. So they need to make it so that the streak rewards are not just your squad. It's so that it's just, player specific for the streak. It shouldn't be a squad streak because people get so screwed over, man. And there is also somebody in the All-Star Team Up streets that I've ran into a few times now that is using the Pink Diamond Hidden Gem Adam Morrison that is very obviously zenning. So that's a major L. I mean, because Zenner's an L, and I mean, if you run into him, you're in a 3. I mean, because he'll just take shots from everywhere and just not miss. So he's pretty much, if you run into a team that has that guy that's running that Adam Morrison, pretty much unbeatable, which sucks. I mean, Zens are just such an L, man. King of the Court, I don't think that there has really even been a point all year long to play King of the Court unless you're eligible for, unless you think that, you're good enough to, and it's really not even about how good you are. It's about how big of a following you have, to be honest. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at here. Salary cap, rewards are pretty much the same as last season. We got a Green Machine pack at 1,000 points. We got a Green Machine base pack for getting a couple wins there. The rewards, pretty much the same as last season. There's really nothing to complain about here. It's pretty much just a copy and paste from last season, to be honest with you, man. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, domination. This is the first thing that I'm going to talk about where I think that the complaints are getting blown out of proportion. I really, really do. Now, I have heard somebody say that you are playing Galaxy Opals for some of these teams, which if that is the case, I mean, that is a major, major L. It is. And of course, with you having to use 10 players from a specific team, you're going to have to use golds and stuff. So people are going to struggle with winning these games. So maybe on second thought, the complaints, do I think they're getting blown out of proportion a little bit? Yes, because I do not think it's hard to obtain 10 cards from a specific team. I don't think you need to spend money. You can do that easily for free and then just sell the cards back, right? So that part, everyone's ranting and raving about that. Sure, it's annoying, but it's not like you have to spend money to get cards from a specific team, which that's kind of what people are acting like. But if it is true, where it kind of looks like it might be, where you have to play like Pink Diamonds and Galaxy Opals with gold cards, like why? Like legitimately why? Like this 04 Timberwolves, I'm sure that this 04 Timberwolves team, if it's gassed up, there's going to be an Opal Kevin Garnett. Yes, it's on pro difficulty, so it'll still be winnable. But why? I don't understand that. I really, really don't. But the ultimate reward for this that Pink Diamond Lenny Wilkins, that's a really, really good reward because he gives you a +5 3-ball to all the players in your team. This is a coach that I think is going to be worth going after. And I don't think that Diamond Robert Horry is too bad of a reward. I don't think he's too bad at all. Is he as good as Siakam? Maybe not, but he can play the small forward. So I think that maybe that makes him an overall better card than Siakam. And then Lenny Wilkins, major, major W. But what's up with all of the making us play, like you should never have to play Galaxy Opals when Galaxy Opals aren't even available in the game to use. Like that just doesn't seem logical. You know what I mean? So that part of it I think is a major, major L. But the whole get 10 cards from a specific team, that is getting a little bit blown out of proportion. I mean, people are acting like it's the end of the world because of just that specifically. Like it'll take you, 20 or 30 KMT to get 10 players from a specific team, and then you can just sell them back, and you should already have a decent amount of cards from each team. So I don't know about the whole acting like the sky is falling with that complaint specifically. But I do understand the complaints with domination as a whole. There's no way that we should be forced to play Galaxy Opal players, even though it is on pro difficulty. So now we go over to the exchange, man, and as in regards to the Pink Diamond Wild Gem Pack, like just why? There were so many people looking forward to grinding that, including myself. And the amount of people that I see that are saying that they're not even going to play Season 2 now specifically because of the lack of the pink diamond hidden gem pack, is quite alarming. Like alarming to the point where I think that there's a chance that they may even add it. Probably not, but the amount of people that are, which rightfully so. Like, why would they get rid of that? It makes zero sense. I don't understand how that helps them at all. Like, literally, all it's doing is driving people off of the game. It doesn't, there's no way in hell that removing that increases pack sales. Because I think that some of these other things you could look at and say, okay, they're trying to increase pack sales. The season 2 rewards are mid, they're trying to increase pack sales. The domination is harder, they're trying to increase pack sales. But this specifically, which obviously that's a flawed thing in and of itself. Like that, but this specifically with the pink diamond hidden gem, like why? I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like zero sense. Like I'm struggling to, a lot of times, like I can think, okay, 2K did this because it helps their agenda. Or 2K did this because of this, 2K did this because of that. This, I can't even come up with a reason. And I never come up with any of these reasons to defend 2K, like a lot of people say. I try to come at this game with a realistic approach, and I try to be hopeful while also being realistic at the same time. And with something like this, this is maybe the first thing this year where I'm like, why would they do this? This hurts 2K. Because so many people are getting off the game because there is no 95 plus hidden gem pack. So many people are looking forward to it. Why? Why do you have to get rid of it? Because no one has gotten that 95 plus from All-Star Team Up. We've never seen anybody get that. That's, as far as I'm aware, the only 95 plus hidden gem that's even available in the game right now. I just don't understand this one, man. I'm really puzzled. Really, really puzzled as to why they would do that. So I think that is a major, major L. Maybe the biggest L of the season as a whole is the not including the 95 plus hidden gem pack. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. So overall, I can see why people are disappointed, man. And I'm still, in the position where I'm like, okay, like I'm ready to grind. Like I will. I'm ready to grind out one of these season mode rewards. I'm going to get Mitch Richmond. I'll have fun with him. I'll get some of those rewards on the ladder that we talked about earlier. I'm going to see about breakout, see about those season 2 prize balls, which I think could be all right, and then see about the prizes in the corners. So I'm still going to have fun on this game. But with how they did season 2 here, I don't blame people for getting off this game and playing other games, because it's just like, with some of these decisions that they're making, especially the pink diamond hidden gem pack, it's just like, why, dude? Why get rid of the thing that doesn't hurt your pack sales at all and is just going to drive people off the game by getting rid of it? That one is so puzzling to me. So I want to look at this lock-in really quick. What's the lock-in here? Pink Diamond Wild Gems pack. So maybe I was thinking, okay, maybe this is a Pink Diamond Hidden Gems pack. No. It's still a Wild Gems pack. So now there's literally like no way to get a Pink Diamond Hidden Gems pack besides All-Star Team Up, which again, I think that it's like a way less than a 1% chance. And good luck getting a 5 streak, because you're going to get someone who leaves, and you're also going to run into that Adam Morrison who was using his N, who I've ran into 2 or 3 times, and it's just like middle fingers to that guy, to be honest. So anyway, now we're going to move on to some comments. I'm trying hard to be positive here. I'm still going to have fun playing this game. I still think you can have fun playing Breakout this season. I do. I still think you can rack up and stack up on your MT and get some cards you want, whatever the case may be. I think that prize ball. Anyway, I would still say the same thing as I did in Season 1. Just play Breakout. You can get a lot of MT. It's still going to be fun. Let's see here. Everybody telling all these content creators that they need to keep hating and hating even more because it's going to change things. That's never going to change things, man. It isn't. It just really, really isn't. So that was really all that we had. And then we had this comment, which I just had to mention this one because this comment makes no sense. This guy said, I've been playing 2K since 14, the first 2K on PS4. This year I didn't even buy the game. Oh, but this reminds me, there's one other take that we need to talk about that is just completely false that we will talk about after this one. But I've been playing since 2K14, the first 2K on PS4 this year. I didn't even buy the game. Sorry about that. Jeez, that guy's car was loud. The game has been getting worse every year since 2K19. The goal of my team is to build your own team, and the game becoming more and more random. But the game is becoming more and more random, and it's basically about what 2K gives you. You don't have choices. Okay, this take is absolutely horrendous because we have more choices this year than ever before. I mean, the amount of diamonds, pink diamonds, the amount of cards at every tier that we have is way more than we've ever had at this point in the year. So that take is just completely false. I mean, you do have more choices than ever, actually, contrary to what you are saying. Even people who spend money feel the same way. Back in 2K14, if you spent, you could build the team you wanted. I mean, you can. There's so many options this year. It's not even funny, and I think it's very easy to run a non-meta lineup and build the team that you want. I think that this guy's coming from the perspective of like he's grinding out 92 plus hidden gem packs and he's getting cards that way, reward cards, if you will. So I get it from that perspective. But if you use your MT to buy cards, which it's not a bad move at all because cards aren't losing value, then there is more freedom than ever. I really think there is. So I just kind of had to call out that comment. And another comment I need to address is people saying that this is the worst season of all time, which I don't think that that is the case, man. I understand that people are upset. I understand that this season is about as underwhelming as it gets. But saying that this season is the worst season of all time is just completely false. Because we had seasons last year where there was no season reward. Last year, it wasn't even close to as rewarding to play the game. And like I said in my prior video, if we got these cards as season rewards like 4 or 5 years ago, they would be getting hyped up. They would be. But I think that people are in a position now where they're upset because there's really no point because there's cards that are better than all the reward cards. And I get that standpoint as well. I truly do. I do. But this isn't even close. And 2K24, there's people still talking about the player market being better than this version of Myteam. And I have yet to hear another content creator mention the biggest flaw of the player market, which is that every single time you buy a card with the player market system, you are losing over half of the MT that you just spent on that card. And I don't know if people are just like forgetting that or so that if they do bring the player market back, which at this rate, maybe they will bring it back next year. I mean, God, who knows at this point? But if they do bring it back, you need to get more MT back for selling your card back. I mean, because already we're kind of making like a player like me who loves the auction house on the auction house all the time, makes a lot of MT off the auction house. I'm already at a point with the player market where it's like, God, do I even want to play this? Like, how am I going to make MT without the auction house? Like, I just got to grind mindlessly for all my MT. And then they make it so that you get less than half of the MT back when you sell back a card. Like, it should never be like that. Like, I understand taking out a little bit of the MT. Like, if you pay 80K MT for a card, maybe you sell it back, you get like 60 or 70K. But literally what was happening is if you bought Ruby John Stockton at the beginning of the year in 2K24 for 80K, you'd sell it back for like 25K. And it should never, that's just so unfair. So no one's mentioning that, but that is one of the biggest reasons why I don't want the player market to return, because that was just such a slap in the face. It was such an L. There was also just, there's a lot more freedom with the auction house because you can just kind of, if you don't like a card, you can sell it back. You're not losing any MT. And I just think the auction house is a part of my team that needs to stay. Also because of people like me where bid sniping, mass bidding, working the auction house, like that is one of the funnest parts of this game. Like even last year, that is what kept me on this game. That last year, that was funner than even playing the game itself. So The game mode's just kind of a skeleton without the auction house, and I really hope that people don't keep glazing the player market because they will bring it back if people do. But anyway, I think with that being said, I think that every season in 2K24 was worse than this season. I really, really do. And I also think that I didn't even play season 2 and 3 in 2K25, so I don't have any room to speak on those seasons, excuse me. But I do think that 2K26 season 2 is better than 2K25 season 1. I mean, 2K25 season 1 was pretty bad. I mean, let's be real. So anyway, I think that a lot of this comes from, like, we're looking at Ty's video, right, where he asked ChatGPT or whatever AI that he used to create a season 2. And everybody looked at that, including myself, and thought, like, yes, this would be amazing. But I think that everyone kind of needs to, and it's very unfortunate to say this. This is not a thing that I want to say, but I think that people's expectations are too high with this mode. I do, and I don't think that that's where a lot of this comes from. Like, we're never going to see a mode that was as great as 2K20 or 2K21. Like, we just aren't. And I think that we're in a place now, like, we have to either be okay with that or find something else to play, which sucks. I don't want to be that way, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I don't, because a lot of people are quitting the game today. A lot of people are very, very upset. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. It will be. And if Tuesday is going to be a make it or break it day for the season as well. Because if Tuesday we see these wild gems packs again, there's going to be people showing up at 2K headquarters with burning stakes. You know, like, it's going to be bad if we see that again on Tuesday. It's going to be horrible. So I hope that we see some promos on Tuesday, man. There's plenty of hidden gems to drop some MT packs on Tuesdays as well. So, and some new content, just some new cards. So I hope that we see that on Tuesdays. Maybe we even see like an event next Friday. I hope that that is the case, because they were advertising this whole season thing as an event. It's really not. It's just kind of the same thing as we had last season. So yeah, I don't think that all hope is lost. There's a lot of hope that's gone for sure. But I still think that, Tuesday, make it or break it day, and I think that next Friday is a make it or break it day too. We need to see an event. We need to see no wild gems packs on Tuesday. Because if they drop the wild gems packs exactly how they have been on Tuesday, that's going to be rough. That's going to be really, really rough. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. I guess what I would tell you guys is just keep playing this game if you're having fun, man, because I think you can still have some fun with Breakout. And also, don't feel any pressure to stay on this game. Don't feel any pressure to quit this game. Just do what you want. If you want to go play another game, that's awesome. Just have fun doing what you're doing when it comes to gaming, as well as just with real life in general, man. So anyway, kind of sadly what I was sort of expecting, but I didn't expect them to nerf the game mode rewards as hard as they did, specifically with All-Star Team Up and Triple Threat Park. Like, I mean, it's just bad. It's really, really bad. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to quit rambling and quit repeating myself, but I will see you guys in the next one, man. We'll have some more Myteam content coming soon. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, as well as leave a like on the video before you head on out of here, man. But with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next vid.